Hi Leo, I love you, honey. So we're going to do ancestor reading for you. Let's see. For Leo. Thank you for all the likes, shares, and subscribes. I appreciate you. Angry strategy. Uh-oh, Leo. Angry strategy. What's angry strategy? Win and loss. When you're lost. Angrily strategizing when you feel disconnected. You might break something. Like a quick reflection. Maybe mystified. But you look at it as materialistic. You don't need it anyway. There's a reason why you broke it. Let's see. For Leo. Holy angels, Holy spirits. To the divine above. Angels and ancestor gods. What can Leo know? If your ancestors want to talk to you about something today, what would they want to say? Guilty Emperor. Leo, do you all want to go further? Of course you do. Nervous, guilty of being nervous, karmic man. He knows he wasn't himself. He knows he could have been better. Well, let's just keep going. Your ancestors on the ball today, baby. They ain't playing around. They're done too. Okay, so what would they want to talk to you about when it comes to your external energy? Must have been a lot. Shame. 9 wands again. Lost. Intuitive tower. Lost in an intuitive tower moment. Interesting. Can we get one card? So they're telling the feminine, your emperor is guilty. And the masculine, why would you second guess your higher self? Why would you second guess your intuition? Your intuition is your best friend in the spiritual realm. They speak for you in the spirit. It speaks for you in the spiritual realm. What you speak to your higher self speaks to the spiritual realm. That's why the energy you give out is the energy you get back. I can't wait to see what the Emperor's guilty of. Let's see. So the external energy in this reading, Leo. What do their ancestors want to say to them when it comes to them? They feel offended. It's like going to a family reunion after someone in the family has done something stupid. And then the family has to go to the family reunion and be looked down on. And then they end up not going anymore. You understand me what I'm saying? So these ancestors, yeah, they feel offended because of the strategy that was taken. Ooh, that's going to be interesting. Before we pull this last spot, I had somebody in the comments say, why do you pull the whole spread before you clarify? Because this is not a normal tarot channel. We don't only clarify, we dig into it, honey. So just in case you don't understand that, hang around, you'll see. Let's see. What would these ancestors like to talk to this person about when it comes to you? Leo. What's these ancestors want to say? They're being very careful with her thoughts and words. Burden. 10 wands. Curious. Oh, they're curious if the masculine's feeling the weight. Passionate. Ace of wands. Of interest. Looking to see if the masculine is Look to see if the masculine is carrying weight of interest. Yeah. Well, you have the high priest and the high priestess here. They are wondering if your person is feeling the spiritual weight. They're wondering if your person is feeling the spiritual pressure. But they're embarrassed. Literally, they're embarrassed. Feisty. Divine masculine. He's broke something. Because of the weight. It pissed him off. It made him angry. Because he was looking for the interest. Without being heartbroken. He was like, how is this Empress so mystified? It makes him furious. He doesn't understand her. She is one woman that he doesn't understand. Oh, your ancestors are telling you, sir, that you need to understand yourself. Once you understand yourself, your feminine, she's going to just melt right into your energy. I hope that sounded good to you, because that's exactly what this is. Two souls melting into one once you find yourself. Shit. Let's see, honey. This is a time bundle, okay? I want to explain why tarot is always timeless. Tarot should always be timeless. You should never put a time on a tarot reading. You know why? Because the divine doesn't run on time. The matrix run on time. They created time so you wouldn't be late to work. Clock in. Let's see. What's guilty, the Emperor? Well, that's happening now. Oh, very interesting. Within a year. Gonna get the crown. And mind you, some crowns come with jewels already in them. But you don't know where those jewels come from. You know what I mean? A dark high priestess could have been wearing that ring. A dark high priestess could have been wearing that necklace for the last 20 fucking years. This crown has no jewels. This masculine's going to be able to put his own jewels in this crown. Interesting. That's why it takes time. Perfection. Why, high priestess? Why didn't you just listen to your higher self? A long time. In autumn. It's a couple months from now. This person likes wintertime. They like the color of the trees in autumn. Yeah, at the holidays. More than a year. Next full moon, which was last night. Sooner than expected in May. That's manifesting for something to come in a couple months. Well, Rhonda thinks they're ready now. Should have been ready a long time ago. Yep. Because now you have next month in the January. Next month of January. What's high priest and embarrassed? Maybe in January somebody kept telling you, this person kept telling you, next month, we'll do it next month. We'll meet next month. We'll meet next month. You never met. Well, I'm going to tell you motherfucking what. Excuse me. You got March, May. You got September. Then you have May again. Your ancestors are done. August. Leo, it's up to you. Up in the air, the next new moon. What are you going to do? Wait for the spring in April this week. In progress now. What's the divine timing? Can we get 2 cards on that? You got the Wheel of Fortune on there, my love. Next week. Not likely. I'm going to tell you what. These ancestors don't have faith in your person. And that's a problem. Don't talk about your people and then expect them to have a bad day or a good day. You understand? You're just putting the bad energy on them. Don't talk about your kids in the morning to people. It's none of their fucking business. It just puts the bad energy on your kids. Whoever you're talking about. Let's clarify with tarot, baby. Your external person didn't think they were going to be interested in you. But allow me to tell you something right here. Do you see this card right here? This symbol at the bottom. Do you know what that symbol is? Let me see if you can see it. That is the feminine symbol on top of the masculine symbol. Male and female. Let's see. So what your ancestors want to talk to you about is the Emperor guilty. This is within a year, happening now. Guilty. Oh, of loving you. They're manifesting judgment. This masculine's manifesting the judgment. The breaker 19 calling on the divine. Father, can you hear me? Yeah, they're looking to be enlightened on a justified lover, this King of Wands, assessing those investments of where they go independently to find peace. They're blocking out that emotions. It's a halt. They're not, it's like they're halting themselves from pulling out emotions. Why would they do that? They're heartbroken. They broke your heart. They want to apologize. Well, what's happening now is the Ace of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. But the Six of Pentacles is a earthly level. So let's clarify a little deeper. Equal give and take. And you see justice that come out. Justice with spiritual balance. This is earthly balance and love. And the masculine is guilty of being confused of who the fuck the Queen of Wands was. This Queen of Wands, she confused the masculine. Like a confusing level of love. Why would it be so confused on how to love the feminine? She's not normal. Boom, shakalaka. Right there is where your tower is going to come. Well, a shocking revelation, yeah, of destiny. She thrusted into destiny through judgment. Breaker 19 calling on the divine. Father, can you hear me? 5 wands. The feminine was challenged. People around the masculine is jealous of the feminine. And that's what the masculine is guilty of. They allow these people around them to steal. But it says happening now within a year. There's some sort of change coming. Because that, I mean, the Wheel of Fortune, that's a change, a turning point. It's a lifestyle change. It's where people cut their hair. They change their, change the way they dress. Change their location. It's just a lifestyle change. And it comes with the Tower. A shocking revelation of destiny. Where is the divine feminine here? Let's clarify the divine feminine and guilty emperor. Well, she has the magician and the hangman. She's not supporting the trickery. Page of Wands, the initiation of interest of love, Ace of Cups. She's only interested in one cup. That Ace of Cups. Where's the divine masculine there? Guilty emperor. He's either watching, he's a sun watcher, or he is patiently waiting to spiritually open up. King of Wands, the Chariot. He knows he's got to be ready. He struggles with the 10 swords. Feeling defeated, depleted, stabbed in the back, lied to, betrayed, tired, dead end, 9 swords, stressing over the emotional decision when they initiate the offer. Well, stop stressing and just make the offer. You get turned down, just say, okay, go back and fix something. That's what the relationship's all about. It's a spiritual growth. So, what they want to talk to you about your person, why didn't you just listen to your higher self, to your person? A long time ago in autumn, you must have met this person in the fall, like right after your birthday, maybe. Yeah, there's that 2 wands. 2 wands, 2 cups. You could have drank with this person. 7 wands. But wherever one of you stood, it wasn't supported. Your stance wasn't supported for some reason. I mean, you got 2 cups and 2 wands. What does Leo's ancestors want to say to this person right here? Oh shit. 7 cups in reverse. You need to release the emotional fuck up. That's brainwash. Put some soap in it. That's brainwashing. Strength card, Leo. Stop brainwashing Leo and coming together unemotionally fulfilled. The other woman being comfortable. They have to find their comfortability in being in the 5D without support of the deception of transformation, without anything interfering in the transformation. They cannot have anything interfering in the transformation. Your ancestors just sit this person down. Release the emotional confusion about Leo. What kind of thoughts should they be having in those 7 cups? Queen of Cups. 10 Pentacles. Who is this Queen of Cups to Leo's person? 2 cups. The Moon. Your ancestors are telling them that they're more committed to the Queen of Cups while keeping the soulmate connection, that 2 cups behind the scenes. They want this person to come out. What do they want them to say? The Hangman. Empress. If you're going to support the Queen of Cups, don't even think about the feminine. There's your Knight of Pentacles and your Ace of Love. This is a love that runs slow. 7 of Pentacles, and that's what it's an investment. Something you invest in slowly. Wow. Who is the Queen of Cups when it comes to the Divine Feminine in this reading? The Star and the Ace of Pentacles. So this could be a feminine that is bringing herself into being emotionally controlled with legacy. Star, hope, faith, balance, renewal of every contract. This is a feminine that's going back. And, you know, those 10 Pentacles, that's legacy, riches, abundance, cornucopia kind of thing. She's checking each 10 Pentacles. She's going back and says, this one's still the way I wanted it to be. And if not, she's kicking it off. The blessing's only going to come when the 6 Pentacles is there, because 4 of these Pentacles need to drop off. What's the 4 Pentacles? Knight of Pentacles, King of Wands, or King of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. A new perspective of what to analyze when following through, when making a stand, and acknowledging the confusion. Don't even fucking know the truth about love. Emotions and communication is a wish. What's the Queen of Cups want? Okay, that's 6-6. She wants a successful she wants to recognize something in the past. Look at that. It's a karmic devil. Justified ending. Spiritually balanced in the end. The King of Swords, which would be the king counterpart to the Queen of Swords. A strategic thought without support. The Hangman, 5 swords. There it is. There's your Hangman, 7 swords. Hangman, 5 swords. So This masculine is figuring out that they don't have room to fix everybody else's problems because they need to fix their own. But it's what you don't know is when you met this person in autumn. This could have been 6 years ago, 6 to 10 years ago. When you first met this person in autumn, long time ago it said, you thought it would happen within a year, but it's happening now. And this is something that has taken time because, you know, this kind of stuff don't happen overnight. So it's what's happened now. Their ancestors feel offended because of the strategy that they took in the King of Swords energy. Next month in January. So the next month in January, after that happened, leaving behind peacefully to make a stand. We're going to pull 4 here. Alone. This person should have stood alone in January. They must have connected with someone in January. But they moved forward to either a Sagittarius or someone that wasn't ready to really settle down. They should have stood alone. And they settled down there without emotion. And that's what the secret was. That's the moon in the background. Wow. What are these ancestors talking to this person about when it comes to January? That's where the truth was blocked because the third party come together. A celebration of truth being hidden. Someone celebrated the truth not being out. They move forward to an immature defense alone. Well, that's when the divine's going to step in. The Hierophant, 9 Wands. They broke a spiritual boundary. This is a spiritual boundary that was crossed. Yeah. Page of Swords, 2 Swords. They better look for what they don't see or looking for some truth and some clarity. Let me see what this is. What do these ancestors want this person to do right now? King of Wands, 4 Pentacles. They want the masculine to take control of the Ace of Cups or save room for the blessing. Stop stressing over the blessing. That's 9 swords in 1 cup. Stop stabbing the cup. They're telling them stop stabbing the cup. The Hermit, reflect. Go into seclusion. Soul search, Hangman. Get a different perspective on where you find support. Because the Lover's connection, it's deceiving. It's sneaky. That's the sneakiness in a true Lover's connection. It's deceiving. So to be able to assess those investments once more, it's got to come with the Hangman without support. They cannot have, this person cannot have support to come forward to you. Yeah, the Hangman again. A different perspective on a commitment and a contract with the Leo after a quick argument and interest of stress. I mean, they got to come right or not in it at all. That's what these ancestors are telling them when it comes to you. Or it comes to them in the relationship here. They're tackling their spiritual realm. They need to be doing it alone. They don't need to be involving any friends. It's a spiritual reconsideration of what they didn't know, what they come together with. The truth was hidden. The 4 Swords, the truth is hidden. So what they want to talk about when it comes to you is High Priest and embarrassed. These ancestors are saying that you have embarrassed the divine himself. Talking to your person in divine timing next week, not lately. What's that about when it comes to Leo? Heartbreak? Aquarius energy? Look at that. Hangman. They have to start talking to their higher self. That's what your ancestors are talking to you about them. And this is a masculine because it's coming with the King of Swords, and then you have the Sun, which is masculine energy. Get a different perspective through the spiritual realm and make those strategic decisions. That's the strategy. A wish fulfillment. I'm going to say, yeah. Ooh. And there's your Queen of Swords at the bottom with the 10 swords, 9 wands. This masculine is saying, I let that Queen of Swords ruin everything. I let her ruin everything. Because they didn't support the spark of interest when this feminine came in. 6 wands, 3 swords. This masculine successfully broke her heart. And now heartbreak is going to make him ascend. He broke his own heart by breaking her heart after finding out the truth. This 10 Pentacles was too good to be true. Maybe this Queen of Cups told the masculine, hey, I'm rich. I can make you a lot of money. Where is the masculine here? The Hangman. And the King of Wands. That's the perspective he's getting. The 4 Pentacles. He's stepping back. Magician. 4 Pentacles and the Magician. He's saving space so he can manifest. That's what the ancestors said earlier. Because the Queen of Pentacles, Capricorn energy, yes. He's saving space. He's saving energy to be able maybe to let an ex know all the truth and stuff. I mean, you have the Queen of Pentacles and the Sun. Long-term committed to spiritual enlightenment. Who's the Queen of Pentacles when it comes to the masculine? She's looking for him. Yeah, Page of Cups. She's always looking to see if he loves her. Could be a mama's boy. Where's the feminine with this Queen of Pentacles? Emperor in reverse. She said no, he's not ready. He's not ready to work together with her. She's not going to work together with the broken emperor. What does this masculine need to do right now towards the Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles? Well, there's your 6 cups. Excuse me. Soulmate. There's your Ace of Swords. That's a true soulmate. This Queen of Swords and the 9 swords. They need to find clarity in the Queen of Swords. Because the Queen of Swords is what it. I'm clarifying the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. And it comes out another Queen. It could be a woman with different personalities. Shapeshifter. Damn. Temperance. Peacefully. It's a peaceful challenge. Jealousy. They're at peace with being jealous. It's what they thrive on. Page of Wands. 4 of Wands in reverse. Unstable with the spark of interest. Once that Page of Wands and the Empress happens, it's over. This Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Cups. It could be an ex, a mother, sisters of the masculine's wife, ex-wife. Well, that's where judgment comes in. Because you can't correct that kind of stuff here on earth. That breaker 19 calling on the divine. Father, can you hear me? Judgment's coming in for the lover's connection. Without emotion. The final and firm decision was the lover's connection without emotion. And there you got the devil. The 5 wands. It's jealous. Negativity. Tempering. The internal challenge. Conflict. Talking to oneself after ending the cycle of confusion of judgment. They misjudged you big time. And they misjudged you by people they were around. But they are only saying to themselves, well, those people wouldn't know that if I wouldn't have told them. And half of that stuff was during drinking. Bullshit. They know that they lied a couple times about you. So what did they actually lie about, Leo? analyze injustice and challenge of argument. You said no, worried about the initiation of interest, of rejection and rebuilding. Focus on the reflection of the Queen. Yeah, the Queen of Cups and the Death card. You told them you don't want a relationship with them right now because you know they have other people. You asked them about someone on their, for example, they got a Facebook page, right? And you know some people can have 25 fucking profiles. You see on their page, under their friends list, one person. But that one person, this is that person's profile from 20 years ago. And then they got this person's profile here, the same person's profile from 10 years ago. It's like every 5 or 10 years they connect to the profile of this person. And you, through that, it's like you see that person where they, childhood, okay, addictions, okay, trying to get through it, okay. You see this person knowing this other person, and it's still the negative energy. Your person's being mentally, spiritually drained. And that's what needs to be assessed. That's the investment. That's what needs to be assessed. Once you initiate to work together with the conflict and drama, this Emperor, he didn't trust the past life soulmate lover until he got one to push him and to show him, yeah, they exist. I love you guys. And he's surprised now. That's the Tower. He's surprised. This Tower surprised him into destiny. Couldn't believe it. What part couldn't he believe most? He didn't believe the spiritual fairy tale connections existed. Vengeful. It weighed heavy, yeah, on the divine masculine. Higher self. The higher self even wants him to believe it, because whatever like I say, your higher self is your connection to the divine above. If you can get along with yourself can get along with the divine. I love you guys. I hope this helps. Ciao.